Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, welcome to your 2025 horoscope forecast. We're going to start with the fact that Saturn and Neptune are sitting right there in your fourth house, and Saturn is blocks, delays, where we are working hard. The fourth house is home, family, mother, vehicles. So issues with vehicles can come up right now. Issues in home life and family life. Maybe some disruptions, or you feel like you want to move, get away, but you can't. So everything in the home can feel like there is more burden, more responsibility, more things that you are working through, even with family members. And of course, it could also affect the health of your mother or parents in general. They could be going through something, working through something of their own. This year in 2025, if you have personal planets from 14 to 29 degrees of Virgo, Pisces, Gemini, and Sagittarius, you will get either the Saturn conjunction, square, or opposition to these planets. So you are working through harder things when it comes to home family dynamics. You're really working through your relationships with other people, trying to get a new home, trying to save up for a new home. So it can feel like a lot of burdens. A lot is riding on you. A lot is riding on your shoulders. And of course, with Neptune in the fourth house, please be careful of buying cars, signing contracts, that you know every little detail, because Neptune is where we're wearing rose-colored glasses. And there could be deceptions with things like that, or you're not getting the full picture, especially even with relationships with family members or those that you live with. So there could be some dishonesty there. So make sure you keep an open mind and you investigate everything before signing any lease agreements, any kind of home purchases, anything like that. Double, triple check everything. May 25th until September 1st, Saturn and Neptune will both leave the sign of Pisces. They'll be in your fifth house. Finished up the whole zodiac. This is bringing something new to you in the fifth house area. Children, romance, speculative gains through the stock market. It could even be a new hobby that you really love. Something new happening in the lives of your children, grandchildren even. Neptune, it can cloud things. It can make things unclear. We don't know where we stand. So be careful with new romantic partners. Make sure you screen everybody properly. Saturn will make you start putting in the hard work, or there could just be developments that pop up where your relationship with your children seems strained, or they are going through some harder time. But it could also just be that you were putting in a lot of work in this area. But from May to September, you are going to see a new beginning. And it could even be coming through your children. They could be experiencing a new beginning in their lives. Of course, you could also be starting to invest your money in the stock market, new hobbies, and of course, new romantic partners. So Saturn will go back into your fourth house, but from May to September, you can really feel that you're working on the fifth house area, that there's a brand new beginning opening up here. Now, Saturn and Neptune are both going to retrograde back into your fourth house. So by the end of the year, you're going to see all this progress that you have made in terms of family, home, your relationships with the family, your mother, the relationship with your parents, and even vehicles. If you've been trying to buy some, maybe get a home, you can finally feel some relief and move. But at the same time, this can be that, final testing period at the end of the year that Saturn will bring into your fourth house of home, family, mother. So again, there could be some work to be done in the area of your home life, your emotional security, really, because that's what the fourth house is, the emotional security. And that is really your home, all the connections with the people that you live with, that you love. So there could be that final work through there. Pluto in 2025 will be transiting from 1 to 2 degrees of Aquarius. If you have personal planets from 0 to 2 degrees, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, or Scorpio, you can feel the Pluto transformation this year. And of course, always look at the planet. If it's moon, it's home, family. If it's Venus, it's relationships, money, aesthetics. If it's sun, it's health, career, your public image to the world. If it's Mars, it's your efforts. What are you putting efforts into? As well as anger, in a way, And if it's Mercury, it's skill. If it's Jupiter, it is knowledge. So you're putting a lot of self-effort into something. A lot of you can be studying, trying to publish something, going on trips that completely change your view of the world because it is aspecting your ninth house from the third. But this is exciting. It's not as bad as some Pluto transit. When Pluto is in the third, we want to learn. We want to get a lot of information. We also want to pass on the information. So you might really get into a new skill that you perfect and you want to teach. You want to maybe make a website about it, a YouTube channel. You want other people to listen to what you've learned. And this can be really exciting. Uranus in 2025 will transit 23 to 29 degrees of Taurus from January until July 6th. So if you do have personal planets from 23 to 29 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, you can get the Uranus conjunction, Uranus square, or Uranus opposition. And Uranus wants to shake things up out of the blue. Happenings can be happening when it comes to career for you, career, health, your daily schedule, your employees, who you work with, your competitors, anybody who is competing with you or you are competing with. So lots of changes coming to your sixth house. A lot of you could be changing your diet, changing your looks, and changing how you live day to day, your sleep schedule, your day-to-day schedule, even choosing new doctors, new gyms, a lot of you. But particularly if you do have those planets from 23 to 29 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, or Aquarius, you can have a lot of changes because if their Venus is in there, you could have huge changes in love, romance, money as well, and even your aesthetics. So a lot of times with Uranus, it's sudden happenings, suddenly fall in love, suddenly breaking up. If it's moon, it could be your home life, where you live, relationship with your mother, lots of changes. On July 7th of 2025, Uranus will enter Gemini. This is your seventh house of business partnerships, relationships of all kinds. And you could meet somebody, fall in love out of the blue, gain more clients, as well as have huge shifts and changes in your relationships with other people, your relationships with your clients, friends, business partners, and significant others. So lots can be happening. Marriage, divorces, meetings, suddenly falling in love, suddenly falling out of love, sudden breakups, sudden get-togethers, all of that can happen. But this is particularly true if you have any planets from 0 to 1 degree of Gemini, and even Sagittarius, Virgo, and Pisces, because that way it will oppose, square, or conjunct these planets that you have. So even more opportunity for you to shake you up out of your rut in this area, but you'll feel it anyway, because especially if you are a 0-1 degree Sagittarius rising, you'll really feel this, because Uranus wants to shake you up out of your rut and give you something completely new, completely different. So a lot of sudden shakeups, sudden endings, sudden beginnings happen. And it will start in the fall, retrograding back into your sixth house yet again, where it will finish up. It will be retrograding back all the way until 27 degrees of Taurus, which will finally end of February of 2026. So this is just a small preview, but Uranus is pretty much transiting your sixth and seventh house this year. A lot of sudden changes, sudden breakthroughs coming for you, Sagittarius. Jupiter is in Gemini until June 9th of 2025, and it is expanding opportunities in your seventh house of business relationships, client relationships, friendships, and romantic partnerships. So this can be a time where some of you marry, take a relationship to the next level. And if you are single, this is still a great time, the whole half of 2025, to go out, mingle, and meet new people. This can also be you just gaining more clients, gaining more sales if you have a sales job, you work with the public, as well as business partners. So your relationships with other people are becoming better. You're becoming more social. This is fantastic for expanding your social circle, and of course, romance, and even having more than one romantic partner to choose from. June 10th of 2025 until June 30th of 2026, Jupiter, the planet of blessings, expansion, is entering your 8th house of other people's money, intimacy, occult knowledge, and any kind of shared resources. This is a money house, so this is a time where you may receive an inheritance. Getting loans is easier, loans, scholarships, or maybe your partner, your spouse, starts bringing in more money. You are going to benefit from other people's money, essentially, even through the stock market. And this is also the house of expanding intimacy. A lot of people actually start romantic relationships when Jupiter is in the 8th house. Maybe you met someone and now you're taking it to the next level. You could also really benefit from occult knowledge, astrology, tarot, any kind of metaphysics right now, because that is all of the 8th house. But really, it is about making more money, especially gaining money through other people, such as business partners, clients, as well as your spouse, your significant other, your partner. That is where the blessings are coming in through the second half of the year, through Jupiter, and all the way through 2026. So when Jupiter is in the 8th house, you can even buy more possessions and just enjoy yourself a little bit more, especially when it comes to conjoining assets together. That's why a lot of people marry, take a relationship to the next level, and all of a sudden you are making more income, bringing in more income. Let's get into the eclipses. March 13th, there is a lunar eclipse at 24 degrees of Virgo. If you have personal planets from about 22 to 27 degrees of Virgo or Pisces, this eclipse can affect you even more. This is a lunar eclipse, and this is where the south node is. Maybe you're letting go of a job, maybe employees. This is a time where you could be thinking about going off on your own, maybe starting your own business, because there is a lunar eclipse. People can be more anxious, more moody, and things could be unfolding sometimes out of the blue. But even 3 months before, 3 months after, you can feel the eclipses. You can feel the change of energy, and this is your 10th house of career and public image. And a lot of you could be making strides to change within your career. Some of you maybe are retiring, or you're taking on a new job and you already see the end of a career, a job that you are at. Others, maybe you feel like you just lost a job, you lost a source of income. There is a releasing, a letting go here. But remember, we are just clearing, making room for something brand new to happen here in your 10th house. This could also be you changing up your public image. If you have a business or anything like that, you could be completely changing things. And of course, this could also change the people that you work with, your bosses, your superiors. So do not make any rash decisions on or around the eclipse. Things will just unfold for you. And these are fated events. If you want to look back at what was happening career-wise for you, you look back about 8-9 years ago and 18-19 years ago, because the themes playing out are the same. March 1st and the first 2 weeks of April, we also have Venus going retrograde. So with all these eclipses happening in March, Venus going retrograde, you could be reminiscing about somebody from the past, or even reconnecting with somebody from the past, hearing back from somebody you used to date. March 29th, there is a solar eclipse at 9 degrees of Aries. Any planets that you have from 7 to 10, 11 degrees of Aries or Libra will be affected even more. This is your 5th house of creativity, children, romantic relationships, the higher mind. It is also the house of fun and the house of games of chance, such as lottery winning, lottery playing, gambling, and the stock market. That is the 5th house, and there is a new opening here for you, Sagittarius. So something new in this area will be opening up for you. Maybe making more money within the stock market if that is something that you are into on a practical level. It could also mean you starting a new hobby. Maybe you find something, you fall in love with it, you want to learn all about it, and you're having so much fun with this. And this is really great for starting any new hobbies like that. This can also be a new romance, a pregnancy for some of you, something good unfolding in the life of your children, or, you just getting closer to your children. Those of you looking for love, this is an excellent time, but this is also a time where a lot of your exes could be reaching out, because remember, March, we're going to have a Venus retrograde as well. And you're having this eclipse in the 5th house of love, romance, creativity, and children. So you can definitely be even reminiscing about someone from the past, or they could be reminiscing about you, and it could be that you talk to somebody from your past around this time. Maybe even some of you reconcile with somebody from the past. September 7th, there is a lunar eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces. If you have personal planets from 13 to 17 degrees of Virgo or Pisces, you can feel this eclipse more strongly. So any planets in your 4th and 10th house as well, you can feel it more strongly. This is happening in your 4th house, home, family, mother, vehicles. It is a lunar eclipse. So you may be releasing something. You could be moving, maybe selling an old vehicle, buying a new vehicle. Remember, you are releasing something, but this is where the North Node is. So you're releasing it so that you can make room for something else. Some of you could be moving in with a partner, getting married, getting a new pet, getting a new car, moving house. And some of you can even be redecorating, redoing things around the house. Maybe you totally want a new aesthetic around you at this time. So you're releasing all the old stuff you no longer want. Watch your parents' health. The eclipses on the 4th and 10th house axis deal with our parents, our family members. Some of you can even be, expecting, maybe getting pregnant, welcoming a new member of the family. This can also mean somebody is moving in with you, or maybe somebody you lived with is moving out. Changes on the home front. September 21st, we have a solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Virgo. If you have personal planets from 27, 28, 29 degrees of Virgo or Pisces, this eclipse will affect you more. This is your 10th house of career and public image. You're standing to the outside world, and you are being given something new in this area, a new job, a promotion, new employees, a new public image. People may perceive you in a different way now. If you own a business, you're on social media, this can be a time where you gain a bigger following. You become more popular. But this can also be a time of shakeups on the career front, because while the solar eclipse is giving you something new, this is where the South Node is. So sometimes we are releasing one job for another, maybe moving for a job, starting a business of our own, a whole different career, new employees, a new boss. All that is possible. This is your 4th and 10th house axis again. So a lot could be changing within the home, with your parents. Mostly it's your employment, and there's a new opening for you here, Sagittarius. So if you're starting a business or you want a new job, you want to apply for a new promotion, this is really the time where your career sector is lighting up. This is giving you the go-ahead, where you will be gaining something new, around the fall time, and it could even be 3 months before, 3 months after. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe for more. Happy 2025, Sagittarius.